Hello, welcome to an interview of Jeff Parker. Say hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Now, I wanted to interview you about the modern problems and all that's going on. So, first modern problem is feminism. How do you feel like feminists are doing today?
Oh, I suppose they're doing just fine. I really don't have any problem with feminism. I mean, back when I was young, it was a real big thing back in the '60s, and of course, they were a lot more oppressed back then than they are now. I mean, today they're getting closer to having an equal wage as their male counterparts. It's still not exactly equal, but it's getting a lot better. These days, a woman will be considered for a job just because she's a woman before a man will, and I guess they're just trying to balance everything, which is, that's all right with me.
Okay. Now, another problem I would like to attack is racism. Recently, there's been a movement called Black Lives Matter. Now, do you feel like racism is big in this country, and do you feel like we need to attack it? Or do you feel like racism really isn't that big of a deal right now, and we should just be fine?
Well, to me, racism isn't a big deal. I'm not racist, and I don't see it as being a problem in my day-to-day life. But I suppose if I lived in an inner city or somewhere else, that it could be a problem. I think racism is silly, wasted emotion. It's just there's no point to it. But I just really don't understand it. I think it's stupid.
Racism is terrible.
Yeah.
Now, we recently had the presidential election, and Donald J. Trump won. How do you feel about him being president?
I'm okay with Trump being president. I'm not real thrilled with it. He wouldn't have been my first choice, but neither would have Hillary. So I'm just hoping, I want to stay positive and hope that some good can come out of Trump being in office. He has some good ideas. He has some silly ideas. And hopefully he has a group that surrounds him, that are smart and know what needs to be done and go in the right direction. Is hopefully that, I believe if Trump was left to his own devices, things would be a mess. Because I think he's kind of a clown, but hopefully with the right guidance, he might help our country.
Hopefully. Now, all of this controversy that's been going on with the presidential election, it's pretty much half and half, I believe. Half for Hillary, half for Donald Trump. And I'm not going to lie, a majority of them just doesn't like both. Now, who would have been your pick to be president?
To be honest, I couldn't. I'd go with either Abe Lincoln or Thomas Jefferson, but they weren't on the ticket. So, but I mean, I really don't know enough about any politician to say I think this guy would be good, or this guy would be good, or this girl would be good. I don't know enough, but what I've seen for the past 24 years or so is just there's no candidate that really seems to be outstanding or one that really gets people wanting to pull together and work together. It's like all the great men, the great leaders are just not around anymore. And what we have is Hillary and Trump, and it's not good.
Now, the previous president, which is still president today, Obama, do you feel like his presidency had a positive impact or a negative impact?
Oh, I would say on the whole, probably on the negative side. I didn't see much of anything improve. I think his Obamacare was pretty horrendous. So, I've seen worse than Obama, but there's certainly been a lot better.
Well, thank you guys for coming in for this interview. Say goodbye, Jeff.
Goodbye, Jeff.
You're a clown, aren't you?